Yo guys, thanks for watching. Today we are doing day 4 and we are actually finishing off the first book because my book actually is 7 books combined. And the first book was only 4 chapters. So we're going to be finishing that off today, and we're going to be writing code actually for the first time today. Besides just copying down settings code. So that's going to be really exciting, and I'm really happy to start advancing some more. Remember, this is just another disclaimer. This series is not tutorials. This is just measuring my growth in learning Python and kind of sharing. So, yeah. If you enjoyed, please like and leave a comment. And if you want to see more, subscribe because I'm doing this every single day of January. Alright, thanks for watching and have a good day. Hey guys, welcome to another video. This is day 4, and this is actually the last book. The last chapter of the first book. Because I don't know if I mentioned this, but it's split into 7 books, and it's all put into one big book. So we're basically gonna be finishing off the the first book today. And then we'll be diving into book 2 tomorrow. So yeah, let's get in. Okay, so this chapter is called Building Your First Python Application. So the first section is talking about comments, and there's a couple ways to do comments. There's this way, there is this way, and then there's this way. I believe I could be wrong. Is it like this? Because I think it's supposed to be a different color. No, it doesn't matter. Okay. So the only reason you would use the quotation marks as opposed to the pound sign or hashtag is because the hashtag can only do one line. The hashtag can only do one line, whereas that can do 2 lines or more, however many lines you need. But your comments should really be short and to the point so that you know what you're doing and where it's supposed to be and all that. But I mean, like, you know, if you need more detail, you can always use that. And then if you do print hello, it should still work. So if we do that, it should work. Let's try. Excuse me. Let's try running without debugging. And yeah, there you go. It's just hello world right there. Awesome. Okay. So next it's going to talk about numbers. And there's basically the breakdown is that you can't have a 0 and then a decimal. It'd just be a decimal. So there's like a chart in this book that kind of shows you what you should have as okay numbers and what are not okay numbers. I'll take a picture of that and I'll put it as an overlay. Basically, the rundown is that if a normal integer is there, it's okay. If an integer with a decimal point is there, it's okay. If a large decimal point with no commas is there, then it works. If it's a negative integer, it still works. If it is a decimal without a 0 at the beginning, it works. If it contains a $sign, a comma, a space, or a hyphen, then it will not work. If it contains words, it does not work. If it contains parentheses, then it does not work. And you're only allowed to have 1 decimal point per number. So I'll pull up that chart and I'll show you it in editing, of course. There are three types of numbers. There are integers, so like 0, -1, 9, like 9,000, whatever. Then there's floats, or floating point numbers, which is like there's no size limit of the number, and you can like put e's in there to indicate and stuff. And then there's complex numbers, but often you're not going to use those. Instead, you're going to use floats and integers. Strings are sort of the opposite of numbers. With numbers, you can add, subtract, multiply, and divide because the numbers represent quantities. Strings are for just about everything else. Names, addresses, and all other kinds of text you see every day would be a string in Python, and for computers in general. It's called a string because it's a string of characters, letters, spaces, punctuation marks, and maybe some numbers. Unlike numbers, a string should almost always be enclosed in quotation marks. You can use either double quotation marks or singles. So, like, this is a double, that's a single. So, if a string contains an apostrophe, a single quote, then the whole string should be enclosed in double quotation marks like this. Alright, so if it's saying something like that, if it is Mary dog, then you have a single. So you need to make sure that the string is encased in the doubles so that you have so it can differentiate which is which. And vice versa, if it is, let's say, the dog of Mary said woof, then you would do a single and a single. Alright. But then there's also other situations, and that's like, what if Mary's dog said wolf? Okay. You can use like these points or backslashes that you can use to kind of do it. So if we do alright, so we're gonna do that, and then if you put a slash, I believe, right there, no, if you put a backslash right there, it cancels it out. You can see how they turned yellow right here. Yeah. So that's how you kind of do that. And you can also do like page breaks. And the way you do that is, let's say we have the old brown dog jumped over the young gray fox. I don't remember how that goes, actually. I don't remember what the thing is, but we're going to make it like this. Ignore that. And then if you do backslash NA. No, just N. And then backslash N. And then I don't know if this would. Alright. I will do run, and we'll run without debugging. Oh, right, because I didn't type print. See, I'm smart. I'm gonna mute that, so I don't have to deal with it. Alright. So we're gonna print. And now we're going to run without debugging. Alright, cool. One problem is I actually put the space in the wrong place. So it's a little, like, weird. It's like, that one's there and those are indented. But if you can fix that just by putting it right there. Somebody remember that for me. So we're going to run without debugging. Alright, there we go. Now it's fixed. Okay. So now we have Booleans, and Booleans are like true. Well, these are talking about true and false. But they're named after a guy called George Boole. Cool fun fact, but we don't really care about that. But basically, they can be a Boolean can be either true or it can be false. So we can like assign a Boolean to be a thing. So you could have x equals true or x equals false, but you can't have false equals x or true equals x. It has to be x equals like that. So now we have a string. That x is a string. And then we can actually print x. And you see that has a thing. It's a bool. It's a Boolean string. Alright, so we're gonna run without debugging. True. That's neat. Alright. Now it's gonna show us the kind of operators. So like addition, subtraction, all that. So you have this for addition, this for subtraction, this for multiplication, this for division. This is for the modulus, which is the remainder after you divide, you know, just in case somebody didn't know that. And then we have this for the exponent. And then we have this for floor division. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, floor division is anything, like, if you have something after the decimal point, you just ignore it completely instead of rounding up or keeping it. You just make it null. It's just not there. So, in case somebody didn't know that either. Because the book noted that, so I guess it's important, and people might not know it. Alright. Now there's comparison, which is, the comparisons are, like, less than, greater than, no, my bad. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to, and this is when the object has identity, and this is negated object identity. Okay. I'll pull up all those tables too, by the way, if, well, you probably already know because I probably edited the other one in. Alright. Boolean operators, there's or, and, or not. Or means either, alright, so like it'd be x or y, and that means either one is true, and then there's and, so x and y, which means both of them are true. And then if there's not, then that means x is not full. So if it's not x, then it means x is not full. Also, putting white space around your numbers is a good idea. Like here, there's a num equals 10, and then if num is greater than 0, print positive number, and then it's else, right? Yep. Else print negative. Okay, so basically when we run this, it'll say positive number because the number is equal to 10, so that's our string, or our integer, my bad. Then we have this statement. If number is greater than 0, which it is because it's 10, print positive number. Or if it does not, or if else, print a negative number. And so if we change this to negative 10, we can do run without debugging. It'll say negative number. So yeah, that's that. And now we're going to talk about variables. So, like, variables is like, we have an example here. I'll pull it up. Basically, we have Amazon up, and it says, and it's like using the name of a person as a variable. So your account name, this person's name is Alan, writing this book, and we can see it's used there. Like, they don't host it on a different, like, thing for everyone. Everyone is seeing the same site, but with a different variable in place. So that's kind of how that works. So for valid variable names, the variable must start with a letter or underscore. After the first letter, you can use letters, numbers, or underscores. Variable names are case sensitive, so once you make up a name, any other reference to that variable must use the same uppercase and lowercase letters as the name you originally made up. Variable names cannot be enclosed in or contain single or double quotation marks. So basically, what it means by case sensitive, if we have I'm trying to think of something funny, but you see, I am not funny. So instead, we're just going to do Python like that. And so if I type it like that, I have to do it every single time. If I do it like this, I have to keep it like that every single time. If I do it like this, I have to do it every single time. I have to keep the same caps, and I have to keep it in the same order every single time. You can do pi_thon, all kinds of variables. And if you mess it up, like, alright, so 1 equals 2. Alright, actually, that makes sense, dang. Like, it won't work as a variable that way, but, that'd make everything that is 1 act as 2, I believe. I'm not sure, but, if we do, yeah, but, like, it should maybe pop up an error if you do it wrong, but, like, what if I do, hashtag equals, that won't work, because that's making a thing. Wait, if I do equals 10, that shouldn't work, right? Whatever. Alright, so manipulating variables. We're gonna do alright, so we're gonna make a small application. Quantity equals 10. Okay. So then we're gonna do unit underscore price. That's not right. Price equals 9.99. Now we are going to do extended underscore price equals, oh wait, I'm dumb. $9.99 equals quantity time, we'll do plus unit underscore price. And then if we do run without debugging, oh wait, I forgot to do it. Print extended underscore price. Now we'll do run without debugging, and I'll do 19 point blah 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 blah. So cool, that is our first program. So then you can kind of Save your work and junk. But let's add comments. Let's add comments. So we're gonna do quantity is base. We're gonna get like some BS thing, like quantity is amount of food you have. Now I'm gonna change this so it actually makes sense. Unit price is the amount that someone must pay for food. This is the equation to find how much money you get for selling all the food. This is your answer. Okay, cool. So now if we run that, it'll display the same exact. Okay, never mind. No, it doesn't. Same thing though. Oh, right. It won't display because I changed it. I'm dumb. But it'll do the same exact thing just with comments to tell me what I'm doing. Because if you don't use those, then you're going to get lost in your code and you won't be able to figure out what you're supposed to do and when you're supposed to do it. Alright. So, I talked about this earlier. But if you do... so we had quantity equals 10. But if we do 10 equals quantity, alright, print quantity. And then we're going to do run without debugging. It won't work because the 10 is in front of it. You want it to be not in front of it. You want it to be in the right place. So to fix that, you have to have your quantity in front. So that's called syntax. It's like how if you have Mary kissed John and if you have John kissed Mary, those both make sense. But if you have kissed Mary John, you don't really know what that means. Alright. So there's like a thing you can do in C#. I don't know like how you do it in here. I know you can do it. I just don't know how. But like it's like something in C# where it's like it stores someone's answer. I don't remember what it is. But you like ask for the answer from a user and then you use that and it stores it. And it's like variable or string equals or var equals and then user answer or something. Okay. So yeah, that is actually the first the first book of this all finished. So we'll be starting book 2 tomorrow, and that will be understanding Python building blocks. So more coding, yay! We like that. We like that here at the Bandit channel. So yeah, this was fun. Really excited with the progress we're making. I know only 4 days, and we'll be doing this again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.